With a population of 6 million people, Nairobi City County encourages farming through the Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry. The county has hosted extension officers in all the 85 wards in the 17 sub-counties. These officers are mandated to help farmers to achieve their goals in farming.
I'm Priscilla Ndegwa, working with Food, Agriculture and Forestry Ministry in Livestock Production Department. As a ministry, our core mandate is to visit farmers, to train farmers as individuals or also as groups. And the key areas that we deal with is training them in dairy production. And dairy production has many sections because there is the part for production. Production involves fodder production. A farmer has to have enough fodder for his cows. And the next thing is construction of zero grazing units. We also train them on calf management.
In Roysambu Ward, Garden City Estate, welcome to General Farm, a 2.5-acre piece of land that was started in 1979 with just one cow. Now, the farm employs 25 workers with over 100 dairy cows.
Here we do dairy animals, dairy goats, we do poultry, broilers, and we also do pigs. And it's mostly zero grazing. We started this farm in 1979 with only one cow and one pig. And we have grown to where we are today because of the years we have struggled now to come to where we are by breeding with the new genetics, new techniques of farming, and learning from our livestock department. So we have progressed so far, so good, and we attend seminars in other places. We also hold seminars in our farm. We invite other stakeholders, like the people who make salt, the people who make feeds, and genetics. We invite different farms who sell the semen, so that we have a mixture of what we have actually in the farm.
We have come a long way as extension staff with her because she's been very cooperative. She's very easy to adopt whatever she's taught, and she has given us a lot of support because anytime we require her assistance, whether it's farmers who are coming to learn, she always opens her doors for us.
Having worked with the Nairobi City Council, especially the Minister of Livestock, they have been on my side because we are near, and they have always helped me advise on feeding, how to bring up good heifers, how to feed the animals, how to deal with diseases, especially immunizations and vaccinations. I would encourage our people in Nairobi who want to do this job that they can do it. And it is workable, only that you put the interest on the animals. You are not a telephone farmer. I thank you people from the Nairobi County for being with us and even for coming to realize that what we are doing is not in vain. I also want to thank the Minister of Livestock and Agriculture. This far I have come. I have been with them since I started, even when I was in a muddy place. Now today the cows are sleeping on carpets, and they have been on my side, even exhibiting my animals at the Nairobi International Show. This year was our 5th year to take our animals. So we take the calves, we take the heifers, and we take the dairy animals. And with my team, the boys who go to take care of the animals, and with the help of the livestock staff, we are able now to teach the other farmers from even outside the county, from our other counties who come to the international show. If you tell somebody that she can sell 3 liters of milk per day and earn a living than she could earn in the factories, they will not believe it until they see it. So we encourage more of field work with the help of the Minister of Agriculture and Livestock. Not necessarily going to the show, but seeing it being done. I have 18 working on all the animals, and I have 3 drivers and 2 washmen and 2 managers. At least I have the manager for the animals. We have a doctor who is here 24 hours because of insemination and treatment. In total, I have 25, not including the people in the other farms, because we have the outside people who do the napier and who do the farming of the maize. But the people who work here in this compound, we have 23. 4 years ago, I was given a certificate for feeding the nation. When I said I don't grow any food to give to somebody, I was told I've created jobs. And these people, they have come from Kabani, they come from Western, they come from, I have even the watchmen from Northeastern. So by creating the jobs, they are able to feed their families. So I want to thank the Nairobi County for allowing me even to be here, because it has been like a school. We get even the private schools coming, like Riara School, Braeburn, Jonathan Krog, so many other schools, even from Easters, they come to run here. And we give them a whole morning to come and learn. So that's why we do mixed farming here. We have geese, we have turkeys, we have rabbits, we have goats, we have dairy goats, we have poultry. We allow them to touch even the eggs, and we even allow them to milk the goats. And we allow them even to see how we do the milking. So in a way, it's a teaching school, and I feel also so much attached to the farm.
Mr. David Omai and his wife have 1 acre land located in Karen. They started dairy farming where they had 4 cows producing an average of 10 liters of milk a day. Through the help of extension officers, currently they have 20 cows producing an average of 25 to 30 liters of milk.
My name's David Muremi Wamai, co-director of Rhino Park Dairy Resource Center. We are a demonstration farm in Nairobi County. I'm a beneficiary because I'm part of the county training team, Nairobi County training team, under the cow milk value chain. I'm also a member of the sector working group. That is the new food, agriculture, and forestry sector working group. We're basically dealing with raw milk first, and that's production from the cows. We're also dealing with value addition, that is adding value to the milk so that we can get more. We are also training would-be farmers and would-be workers in the farms. We are also having other revenue streams like briquette making, which were trained by the ministry people under the Forestry department. We are also beneficiaries, and we're using green energy, and we were introduced by the same agriculture and sub-county people too, a stakeholder, and we started using biogas. Now the benefits have been enormous with biogas because we're using it for our domestic. We're also using it for our pasteurization of our milk. We are also using it for the bioslurry as a fertilizer, and we're also using it during the briquette making, because the bioslurry has no smoke. So when we make the briquettes using any carbonized material that we're using, that's from the farm or the charcoal dust. So we are really happy that we're saving our forests as well as using green energy. The use of biogas has come in a long way in mitigating our costs on the farm, because previously we were using charcoal, and to get good charcoal for the milk processing was costing about 4,000 per week, which was translating to about 16,000 per month. So now that is a saving we have done. We are also using it for heating during the cold season. We are also using it as manure. So we are trying to bring down the costs of production so that our prices can also be competitive in the market. So what we have here is what we call the ACUT fixed dome. ACUT is an acronym, is AKUT fixed dome. This one has been one of the best. Now this is what we call the mixing chamber right here. We feed in the cow dung and the water at a ratio of 1:1. After we mix that up, we release it by removing this valve, which releases the mixture here into the, we have our digester down here. Then from the digester, which is underneath here, it goes to the expansion chamber, which is on this other end. And from the expansion chamber, we have 2 soak pits to control the flow of the bioslurry. So the bioslurry can either be taken into the farm directly, or we can harvest it like this one here, because there's some farmers who want to use it as a top dressing fertilizer. And if you come closer, you can see how we've done our maize silage. So we've just planted the other day, and you can see how good it does on the farm. So what we're doing is that when the maize is ready, we do the silage, which goes back to feed the animals. The animals give us the milk, and then we collect the dung again. We mix it at the digester again. It becomes energy. Then the bioslurry goes back to those. So it's a cycle that we're doing here, and we're really getting a good benefit out of it. Here we have the neck of the biodigester, and this is where actually the pipes that transport the gas into the house and into the workshop. For us, biogas is a win-win situation, because even the standard of hygiene is up to standard, because we collect the dung, we keep our animals clean. That is a benefit, because cases of mastitis are almost zero on this farm. So it's a win-win situation in hygiene and also as a source of energy.
They also produce yogurt and hence make a living out of it. Through the county programs, the family is advised on how to conduct business and the requirements of such businesses as per the county laws.
My name is Marianne Wamai, co-founder at Rhino Park Dairy Resource Center. Mainly I'm on the side of value addition, adding value to our milk, and we were inspired by our extension officers, the Ministry of Livestock, on how you can add value and get a better price for your products. So what we basically do is that we pasteurize milk. So we sell pasteurized milk, and also we add value. We also make yogurt. And we have been taken through very many programs by our sub-county, the programs under ASDSP. And in that we also learned that it's important that you have all the papers when you're adding value, namely KEBS, so they liaised us with the Kenya Bureau of Standards, and also the Dairy Board, because you have to have the license of being able to process milk or carry raw milk. And also about marketing, they gave us opportunities like field days. We have been at the showground. And then Honorable Sonko has even given us a chance at the Nairobi Central Business District. We encourage him to continue giving us those opportunities to link with the rest of the Kenyans, because many people are thinking that it is not doable. So we've even been in one exhibition at Kencom as under Langata sub-county, and we presented our yogurt.
In crop farming, the officer in charge helped the farmers achieve the optimum harvest by giving them necessary lessons based on the kind of crops and the environment. The county also helps by providing farm inputs and hence improve their farm produce.
I am a farmer doing different activities. Right now we are in a greenhouse where I grow a herb called basil. Basil is a high value crop. Most of it we grow for export market. Very little is consumed in our own market. I started growing basil through interaction with a friend. I consulted the agricultural officers from Roysambu Ward, and they gave me a go-ahead. And since then we have been working together. From this greenhouse, which is 16 meters by 24 meters, we are able to harvest about between 120 kilograms to 150 kilograms during the good season. And the buyers buy for us at 300 shillings a kg. Basil, we harvest after transplanting, we harvest within 1 month. That is, if you harvest on 1st of the month, you'll be able to harvest the 1st of the next month. And then after the first harvest, the consecutive harvest will be between 7 to 10 days. If it is well watered and well taken care of.
Rachel Ambugu is one of my farmers. She's a model farmer. She picks advice very fast. When I came, she was doing mushroom. And then from there, she decided to change to parsley. But when I met her, we were promoting high-value crops as a ministry. So I flagged that opportunity of high-value crops, whereby you plant those crops when they are off-season, when there is no rain. So she came up with a greenhouse, and the first crop she had was tomatoes. Then from there, we did rotation with local vegetables, which grow very fast. They take a shorter time. And from there now we come back to basil, which is a high-value crop, and she's able to export. So through our interaction, she's able to keep records, compare records of the other crop that she was doing with basil, and she's able to make more money from basil.
Pest control is also among the services they benefit from the department.
We encourage our farmers to go into integrated pest management because some of our farmers do export their produce. And because of the residual levels accruing from pesticides, we encourage them to use pesticides as little as possible. So we encourage them to do scouting. Scouting is whereby you visit your farm, and where the pest is in high amounts, high levels, that's where you concentrate on spraying, but don't spray the whole field. Also, we encourage farmers to use the resistant varieties, which do not require a lot of chemicals. Also, crop rotation. By crop rotation, we ensure that the pests which are in the soil or in the field, they die because they lack host. So when they die, you are in a position to use less chemicals. And that's how we assist our farmers.
I'm doing micro gardening, I'm doing moist gardening, I'm doing multi-story gardening. You know, in Nairobi, people say you cannot do anything, you cannot do agriculture, you cannot do what. But for me, Anne Dimutonyi, I say no. You can do anything on your small farm. Even if you're on a flat, you can still have something to eat. That is what we call food security in town. Don't sleep hungry just because you don't have space. I have a very small farm. It's just, I have an acre, but I'm doing a lot by the help of the ministry. I have a lot of vegetables. I sell them and I make my living. My kitchen doesn't lack any vegetable. I do herbs, I do lettuce, I do spinach, I do baby spinach, herbs, I do mint, I do thyme, I do celery, I do saka, as you can say.
Nairobi County has also invested in fish farming. Welcome to Dagoretti South and meet the Aqualand Self-Help Group. The group consists of 10 people, 5 men and 5 women, where they deal with hatching ornament fish. Through the Department of Food, Agriculture and Forestry, extension officers offer the needed support to help the group sustain.
Nilijua officers wa fisheries last year, tukangangana, we had no information, wakatupatia information, wakatupatia links. Then we are still, they are the ones who pushed us up in very many ways, because hakuna mtu hata mmoja kwa group alikuwa anajua mambo ya samaki. So vile wametupatia information imetusaidia sana, wametupeleka kama farms zingine, tunaona the way they do. So they have really helped us a lot. Vile tumegain kwa county ni information, because hatukuwa tunajua lolote. Sasa officers tangu waanze kututembelea tumeona change.
This is Nairobi City Market, sandwiched between Mwindi Mbingu and Koinange Street. This is the main market for fish and fish products. The market has 36 fish selling outlets. They specialize in selling whole and filleted tilapia, salmon, Nile perch, prawns and crabs. Nairobi County provides quality assurance officers to monitor quality of fish being brought to the city.
If a person wants to invest or to deal in fish and fish products, we issue licenses, we have different types of licenses. One is trader's license. This trader's license is issued to anybody who wants to trade in fish. What is required is that we check the premises that you want to trade in. And then we have the processing license. This is issued when you want to alter the fish, maybe by defreezing or filleting. We also give out movement permits. If you want to move the fish from one place to another, we issue movement permits. Any mode of transport is allowed as long as we inspect to make sure that it meets the requirements and regulations of fish and fish products, or it's clean for the Nairobians.
Nafanya biashara ya samaki, nishaifanya kwa miaka mingi. Kile ningeshukuru sana watu wa county government wametufanyia, kuna usafi. Siku hizi sio kama zamani kulikuwa na chafu, hata lori ya takataka siku hizi zinakuja hapa kila siku. Tunapata sanitation tukiwa sawa.
Nairobi County receives food from the neighboring counties, including Nyandarua, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Murang'a, and Kiambu. Take, for example, Nyandarua County, producing tons of vegetables and potatoes. A visit in one of the markets in Nyandarua counties reveals the hassle the farmers go through for Nairobi residents to put food on the table, from harvesting, handling, packaging, transport, and availing to Wakulima market.
Ninanunuanga sukuma yangu hapa Kenungi napeleka Mudhurwa market. Sukuma, mimi nanunuanga sukuma hapa kwa soko. Mimi sukuma siendagi kwa shamba. Mimi huanga na rely na mkulima anatoa sukuma kwa shamba, ananiletea kwa soko. So mkulima akiniletea kwa soko na mimi nanunua sukuma hapa kwa hii soko, nakuja tunamwaga hapa. Tuko na wamama wenye tunapeanga hii kazi ya kufunga. Wanatumia hizi sisos. Wanakuja, wanafunga. Wakishamaliza kufunga tunawahesabia, tunawalipa chao, tunapack kwa magunia. Hizi za green, hizi zenye unaona hapa zinaenda Nairobi. So zikifika Nairobi, sisi ni wafanyikazi wa wholesale. Tunauzaga na wholesale, hatuuzagi na retail. So tunakuja mimi na kuuzia na wholesale. Sana sana huanga tunauzia watu kwa soko, tunawauzia na wao wanapeleka kwa kibanda. Kwa mkulima sana sana kama wakati huu wa kiangazi ndio naonanga kilo zikianza kuzunguka. Lakini sisi huanga tunanunua na gunia. Hizi gunia tudogo tunaendanga na tunapima weight. Weight yetu tunapimanga na mikono, sio ya latiri. Ako kagunia kadogo sana sana tunanunua 650 kama 700. Tukikuja sasa ni bahati yako. Ukikuja ukimwaga hapa unaweza chomekea hata hapa. Unakosa faida. Vile unaona tunafunga hivi bunches, sasa hivi ndio tutaenda kuuza. Hivi. Tutaenda kuuza hivi na bunches, tunahesabia customers sasa wanapeleka kwa kibanda.
It is a process that without doubt tampers with the quality of this food, not mentioning the high pricing before it gets to the local kiosk.
Mimi naitwa Miriam. Nafanya biashara ya boga. Nunua kwa kilo, kwa gunia, hivyo vile mtasikizana na mwenyewe. Nauza retail, nauza wholesale. Pambaji saa hii unauza bei yote, hata kobole 10 yote vile mtasikizana na mnunuzi.
It is the same script in other neighboring counties. How safe is the food we eat in Nairobi? And has the county put up measures to ensure food safety and quality from the counties to your table? For the first time, Nairobi County is introducing an initiative known as Nairobi Food Market Information System in collaboration with the Department of Commerce, Trade and Tourism and ICT. The initiative is part of the Big Four agenda on food security and manufacturing, with ICT as an enabler. Plans to alleviate food insecurity through 3 main objectives, that is food safety, food affordability, post-harvest management, as explained by the Nairobi Agriculture Chief Officer, Washington Makudingo.
For the first time since the beginning of Nairobi County, there is a department dedicated specifically to food system, food safety, and food security. under the sector of food, agriculture and forestry. The main purpose of this department is to ensure that Nairobians have access to quality, safe and affordable food at all times. And to do this, we need to be more innovative than the rest of the country, because unlike other counties surrounding us, Nairobi does not produce as much food as everybody else. Nearly 90% of our food comes from outside of the county, and therefore, other than innovative urban technologies, we must look at newer ways and more innovative ways of getting the food that is produced outside of Nairobi into our markets at an affordable price. What we intend to do is to put up a system that ensures that the food that comes from Kirinyaga or comes from Nyandarua accesses Nairobi at almost the same price that it left the farm with. Today, if you walk out of Nairobi, 20, 30 kilometers out of Nairobi, to Kinungi, for example, or to Karatina when you're coming back from upcountry, you will see someone filling a sack of potatoes. They have carried nyanya, they have bought minji, because if you get into Nairobi, 20 kilometers outside of Nairobi, the food is half the price. When you get to Nairobi, the food is very expensive, and even the food that accesses our market is not quality, because by the time it stays in the market for 3-4 days as they're looking for people to buy it, it has already been rotten.
Food inspectors in all the main entrances and food points in Nairobi will be tasked to inspect food safety, quality.
My role here is to facilitate trade and actually ensure the food safety. We are able to ensure that whatever goes into the market, both local and export, is inspected and passed as fit for human consumption. And by so doing, we also issue documents to show that the meat has been inspected and certified fit for human consumption.
This initiative is also aimed at improving food affordability. This will ensure food is available as fresh as from the farm by Nairobi residents, hence reducing food wastage in our markets.
The Nairobi County Government intends to decentralize the food inspection points by setting up centers at Waiyaki Way, Thika Road, Ngong Road, and Mombasa Road, where food entering the city will be checked for health and safety.
We know that we can actually produce better quality food because we export food. As a country, we export food, we export fruits, we export fresh vegetables. For the export market, it's generally very good quality. But what comes to the general consumer, the informal consumer, is usually very low quality. As a county, we have taken it as our responsibility to ensure that the food that is on your table is safe for consumption, for human consumption, and that you do not get harm from it. So when we combine all these things, we have a government and administration that wants to ensure that by the time the first term of this governor ends, we have reduced the price of foods in Nairobi, but at least 75%. We can guarantee that if we continue on this path.